I remember Riptide back in the days when I was used to boogie board. That mag was the shit back then too, buddy.
Yeah, Riptide's been an instrumental part of bodyboarding in Australia and also the world. I mean, they distribute that magazine and it's read all over the place. So.
Well, Riptide's been pretty much everything to me growing up as getting my first photo and even my first cover from a story from Indo years ago when I was about 18. So it means a lot to me growing up with the mag and can't wait to grow old with it.
I think the first Riptide I ever picked up, I picked it up in the mall here in Hawaii at a surf shop, and it was awesome. It just had so many good photos in it, just of guys I'd never seen, and just all these guys doing these crazy moves. It had a lot of waves of Epo in there, and just he had these doing these big airs, and I put that up on my wall, and it was just like had those pictures on my wall, and just to like memorize these huge airs that he'd be doing. It's pretty.
Riptide's up to its 150th issue, and it's pretty much as old as how long I've been bodyboarding. Like the first issue came out, I remember I was just a grom and I was just starting to get hooked on bodyboarding. Like I've seen bodyboarding in other surfing magazines. There was just little sections on bodyboarding, and then the first issue came out with Ballard on the cover of Sackrock, and pretty much from that moment I was just so amped on it. Like just having your own magazine in the sport that you love more than any other sport.
Yeah, just back in the day, there's probably like Rossi Hawke and Bob Bell and Evan Penglis and Dougie Robson and Brett Young and myself and Appleby, and so I suppose they were sort of like the guys that were doing bodyboarding, and then the mag come along, so it's kind of cool to be a part of that. So yeah, it was pretty good, and then the mag's evolved and the riding's got better and the riders got better and everything's just improved so much. So it's been pretty sick to watch the transformation over the years from late 80s to through the 90s and now into the new millennium, so it's been pretty sick.
When I first seen it, the Bodyboard magazine, Riptide, I didn't even really know what it was. Just buying them, and I used to love them, just love the smell of opening a new mag, everything like that. And I remember looking at some of the photos and just thinking, how do I get a photo like this? How would it be possible for me to get in a magazine like that? You know, I was just thinking there's no way ever that I'll be in a mag or anything.
bad? No. I've been ill. Yes, very ill.
Ever since like when I was a bit younger and I used to watch all the movies that come from like the Hawaii seasons, like the old Fuel movies and all them, they always had like crazy Waimea Shore footage, and I always used to like think like one day hopefully I can get out there and just get like one big one. And then I got here and it was like the second day of my trip or the third day, and that swell popped up, and I just went out and just tried to get one big good one, and always thought it wouldn't be that bad, like you wouldn't get that pump, but it flogged me pretty hard, and it was like real fun that I had to come in because I was in a fair bit of pain and stuff.
General round up the poor. We're gonna start a war with our new capabilities. It's gonna be the best in history, and there's so much to do. Propaganda on the nightly news, some rhetoric to confuse, something to focus their minds on nation suicide and cause love of genocide. Stop jumping bombs. We're sinking to new levels of inhumanity. Slip slow into overdrive. We have arrived. Stop jumping bombs. We are the creators of this sinister insanity, waiting for the evil to save. Will we ever see any peace? Let us all divide the land. More Jesus can lend a hand. Contravene every human right, but it's gonna be one hell of a fight. Separate into them and us. Those bastards we can't trust, and destruction is a must. I hear the government lie, I see the innocent die, and after a war won't just stand by. Stop dropping bombs. We're sinking to new levels of inhumanity. Slip slower into overdrive. We have arrived. Stop dropping bombs. We are the creators of this sinister insanity, waiting for the evil to save. Will we ever see any peace? Is a tranquil word, never to be uttered by all those souls who have died, and I doubt they'll be coming back to life.
I think one thing about this year is like it's pretty close between the top 5 guys, and what that means is, or what I've seen is kind of like all the guys are really competitive about it. Like everyone seems pretty like they've been training, and you can just tell everyone wants it this year.
For me, it's a bit of a rivalry between the 3 Aussie guys, Ben, Mingy and Mitch, and they're all pretty much on fire at the moment. There's not really one of those guys which is separately above or better than the other guy, so I think it's between those 3, and if I could tip someone, I think it'd be Ben. I think he's got the most hunger in him at the moment, just with where he's at in his career, how close he's come in the past to the title and the pipe title as well. So yeah, I think I'll be tipping Ben. He looks fit, he's surfing at his best that he has, and yeah, I think he's just the most hungry.
I myself came here probably 5 weeks ago, just because I knew how much a pipe event would mean, like for the World Tour race. So I wanted to get as much practice as what I could out there, and I guess I kind of feel pretty comfortable in my preparation and stuff for the event. But in my past experience, like, it always comes down to luck and that final wave, you know.
Come to Hawaii for the Maui contest and wasn't really expecting too much. I went into it wanting to win to better my chance of getting a world title. So I've been going after it for a fair while now, and I love that wave. It's very similar to a wave back home, Aluka. So it's always good to go over there and hopefully get it on. And once again we got it on, and I was hoping to do one better than last year, and I got second last year, and this year I did that by placing first, and it's put me in a position to potentially win the world title, which I've never been in before. And usually people that have been going into the pipe contest with the lead have taken it out, so I'm kind of relying on that. That's my confidence right there. Other than that, I'm just hoping for good waves. Main rivalry would be between Mitch and Ben, because I know how good they surf the place. They've been coming here for longer than me, and know every wave out there pretty much. So just got to watch those two. But then there's still other guys like Kingy who could still win. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It's pretty hard, I guess.
To me, the guys that are probably in the best contention are Rollins and Blair. and they both surf this wave pretty good. So really, it's just going to get down to which one of those guys has their on day for that whenever the finals happen. I think they're both pretty focused and they're both pretty hungry right now, and they both can taste it. So you'll see probably pretty outstanding results or performances from those guys. Whether they self-destruct or not is another question altogether.
In 10 years' time, this is murder, this is murder. Does she live in the back of your mind? So beautiful, so beautiful. You'll never know. Life as a lead show to
It's pretty intense, like pretty scared because I've been in this position so many times before. Something always freaking happens. So I hope this time it doesn't. I'm stoked I'm in the final with Kingy and Ryan because I know they'll be cool about the surfing and best man wins, and there won't be any kind of slide tactics going on. So I'm stoked I'm with those guys. And the waves are still pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, but at the same time there's a hell of a lot of pressure. So fingers crossed.
Pretty stoked. Yeah, I put a lot into this event, and pays off when you're in the final. Yeah, I'm stoked though. Just kind of trying to surf under the radar and just like get through my heats kind of thing. But I'm just going to go for it in the final. I think. Got nothing to lose now, so I can't win the title again, so I may as well try and win this. So.
Yeah, me and King just had our semi and we both able to scrap together a couple of waves and then playing a bit of game at the end to make sure we were on any other waves that came in. And yeah, so came in first and second. Now in the final with Benny, who's going for the title if he gets first or second. And yeah, it's just insane. Like me, Kingy, and Ben have had the biggest rivalry since we were like 10 years ago. So to be in the final then, it's just insane. Yeah, it's just going to be exciting. Yeah, can't wait to get out in the final with him.
I think Benny's going to win the world title. That's my money's on Benny for the world title, whether he gets first or second. I think it's definitely going to get first or second. But the other guys, someone could beat him out there in these conditions.
Sure.
Someone can beat him out there in these conditions.
Yeah.
You know, depends if they get lucky. But it's going to be pretty hard for them to make him get third, I think, the way he's been surfing.
I would concur.
Top of the world!
Danny!
Best out of my life! Right now I'm about a bottle of champagne down. I'm feeling pretty damn good. I guess I just want to thank my bro for being there for me always. I don't know, it's a weird experience having all those people staring at you and stuff. But I'm saying, frick, it's weird.